The Wagner mutiny has weakened Putin, according to Scholz, as the Russian president makes a rare public appearance. After Vladimir Putin greeted hundreds of admirers in an extraordinary tour to the southern city, German Chancellor Angela Merkel claims the rebellion indicates cracks in Moscow's regime. The attempted Wagner mutiny this weekend, according to German Chancellor Olaf Scholz, has undermined Vladimir Putin's authority as the Russian president sought to repair the damage to his prestige by meeting military staff at the Kremlin and welcoming audiences on a rare public walkabout. Scholz stated in an hour-long interview with ARD, "I do believe he is weakened because this shows that the autocratic power structures have cracks in them, and he is not as firmly in the saddle as he always asserts." Scholz said in an interview on Wednesday that he did not want to speculate on how long Putin would be in power, and that the West's goal in assisting Ukraine was to help it defend itself, not to bring about regime change. The same day, Putin arrived in Dagestan, a remote southern area on the Caspian Sea 2,000 kilometers from Moscow, and took a public tour, kissing fans, posing for photographs, and shaking hands with ecstatic crowds. He traveled to Derbent, a predominantly Muslim region, to observe the Islamic holiday of Eid al-Adha and to see an ancient castle and historic mosque. It was an uncommon action for a secretive president who was previously described as pathologically afraid for his life by one senior security official, ordering his staff to undergo a 2-week quarantine during the outbreak. Last year, the length of the tables Putin used to receive foreign leaders was widely interpreted as a power move, as well as a strategy for him to socially isolate himself for fear of infection. The Russian president has given a series of public speeches this week in an attempt to rehabilitate his public image and portray Wagner's march on Moscow as a watershed moment in Russian history. Putin's visit comes amid speculation about the location of a Russian commander whom U.S. intelligence believes had previous knowledge of the Wagner-led rebellion, Yevgeny Prigozhin. Gen Sergei Surovikin, who previously led Ukraine's invasion army, has not been seen in public since Saturday. Surovikin, who Prigozhin described as a legendary figure upon his appointment, is now the subject of unsubstantiated claims that he has been arrested. Surovikin's well-publicized links to Prigozhin have fueled rumors that he may be expelled or investigated for his role in the insurrection. Scholz said on Wednesday that the Wagner rebellion was part of an internal Russian power struggle and that the West was not involved, repeating U.S. Vice President Joe Biden's statements. Scholz stated that he spoke with the leaders of the United States, France, the United Kingdom, and Poland on Saturday, and that we quickly agreed to stay very quiet. We have nothing to do with the Russian conflict. He claimed that German intelligence had no prior knowledge of the uprising. When asked if he hoped the mutiny would mean the end of Putin's authority, he answered it would have made no sense because it was uncertain whether what came after him would have been better. When asked about the impact of the mutiny on the Ukraine war, Merkel stated that Russia's acceptance of the necessity to evacuate its forces from the nation was a prerequisite for successful peace talks. Whether this has become easier or harder as a result of these events is not really clear, he said in the Wednesday afternoon interview. Scholz stated of the necessity to continue assisting Ukraine, "We must be prepared that it could take a long time."